Hey, welcome back. All right, like I've been telling y'all, well, like I told y'all in the last video, that I have been reading this amazing book called How to Do the Work. And I have been taking notes as I read. I am a real note taker, book reader, so I have to take notes as I read. That was loud. That was a loud little hit me. But yeah, I have to take notes as I read because sometimes, is you really reading if you ain't taking no notes? If you ain't annotating that book. So yeah, so I decided that as I'm reading this, the things that stick out to me gives me beautiful ideas to talk about on this YouTube channel. And I kid you not, every time I get down here to record, this girl was just in that room. She was sleeping. Every single time I get this camera to start recording, she be like, let me say hey. Let me enter. So she said hey, y'all. But yeah, it was this quote, and it says the downtimes when we didn't experience these feelings felt dull in comparison to the jolts of outrage, fear, and anger. When I wasn't in the emotional addiction cycle, I didn't feel like me. My body became so accustomed to the adrenaline, cortisol, and other powerful hormone responses that I continued to unconsciously seek them in adulthood to repeat the emotional baseline established in childhood. Without them, I felt bored and agitated. My body was feeling uncomfortable and pulling me back into the familiar stress of my childhood. All right. And so basically, it is talking about how we get so pulled in and drawn into situations where we crave, in a sense, crave these very chaotic relationships and things like that. And if you have ever experienced this, and I definitely have, and it was one time when I remember I was talking to somebody, and the whole time of us talking, he was very much reassuring. He was very much telling me all the things that he liked about me and how he truly felt about me pretty much every day. And then there was a day where he did not do it, right? And so when we talked, it was kind of like bland day. There was nothing really exciting going on. We was basically having a random little basic conversation that we were having, but it was nothing that was very much pouring into me, right? And so because that I that day didn't feel poured into, I was like, I need some excitement. Now, at first I was not aware of this on a conscious level, and I picked a fight because I needed something to let me know that this person still liked me, because my brain was like, oh, he probably don't like you no more, that was probably just a little few day in, getting back up, like he probably don't really even like you, right? And so I remember feeling that feeling, and so I started to pick a fight, feel these things like, okay, well, I need to just randomly get an attitude, catch an attitude with him when he try to call me like, I'm just ill, and then I'm like long paragraphing this person. And after it happened, I sat with myself and I was like, hey, I think I just did that because he didn't express how he felt for me today. And I believe that that's why I needed to start an argument. And I remember having this conversation with him, and I was like, I think when I don't get the constant reassurance, I have to find some type of way to know that I am valued and loved in this relationship, or that you still got feelings for me in this little you dig, right? And I was like, wow. So I use chaos because I've seen that provokes the same type of emotion, and that makes me feel like that you care about me. So I can't really pinpoint the time in my childhood when that happened, but I do know that just arguing and fighting and things like that caused you know, my mom's like come out of her room and like talk to us and like yell at us or whatever. Any type of attention or whatever came from like chaos and everything like blowing up, right? And so having to experience that, I naturally craved more chaotic relationships. And when the relationship was not chaotic, I looked for the chaos. And it happened when talking to somebody, and I remember when it got chaotic. I remember the moment that it got chaotic, and it was like I felt like, you know, I had caught him like cheating or whatever, and it was like something about the pouring into like, it wasn't really this, like it's this, is this, and all of this and all the chaos. Like I felt it being chaotic, and I felt it feeling good to me, and I was like, it's familiar, and why does this feel like, why do I like this feeling, like why I don't like this feeling. And I felt myself like liking the feeling though, and I was like, what, this is crazy to me, this is so crazy. And just reading this book, I wrote down, oh, 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 hold on, because I didn't have my bookmark back in that book. Okay, there we go. Mess up my page. But I wrote down, dealing with a chaotic life. When we are so used to our needs being met with chaos, we tend to search for it. We look for ways to recreate because the highs of chaos feels comforting to our nervous system, which trickles into everything we do. Do you crave chaos? Everything you do will be more chaotic. Picking the partner, the friends, the job, the place to stay, all of that. If you naturally are craving chaos, you are going to pick the situations that create that for you. And a lot of times we don't like to take our favorite word, our favorite Instagram word. We're going to call these words Instagram words. Our favorite Instagram word is accountability. So when you don't want to take when you don't want to take the accountability, y'all, she is the string, well, the cord has a reflection on my thigh, and she's like trying to get it because it's moving. But yeah, girl, don't scratch up my thigh trying to get that. But yeah, so naturally, if you honestly are in these repetitive cycles and you're constantly keep telling yourself like, oh no, it's everything else, it's not me, I do everything right, I don't know why I keep repeating these same cycles, I don't know why my boss is similar to the way that, my mom was, or that my dad was, or what I seen, and I have this one teacher that is like this, or this professor, or life, or just things. I keep running into the same type of people and the same type of things, is because you're naturally going to what your body is more familiar with, and your body is more familiar with chaos. So you pick the more chaotic job when there could be a job that provides you more calmness, more peace, but you picked the chaotic job because that was the job that your body naturally craved, your body naturally went to. You picked the more chaotic lifestyle, you picked the more chaotic partner because they was going to give that to you. And if you would have picked something that wasn't not like that, then you would have felt agitated, you would have felt irritated, and you would have felt like, honestly, this is boring. And a lot of us have great partners and great people in our lives, but because they don't appeal to that, chaos that we've had since a child, we think that the relationship is boring. We think that it's something, because it's not giving us that emotional addiction, that up and down roller coaster, that unpredictability of what we are so used to. So we go back into these cycles again and again of wanting so much chaos, and at a point it becomes so damaging to your nervous system, because your nervous system never gets a chance to rest and redirect you, and it never creates a normal balance, a homeostasis in your body, because you are always in a fight or flight, freeze type of energy that always is creating the same thing over and over again, and you never get out of this cycle because it becomes an addiction for you. It becomes something that your body naturally needs. It is telling you that that is how I function now, so I need to constantly get, to that. Now, beyond that, how I have been able to heal that within myself and understand that my body is not, designed to crave and want these like big dopes and big hits to my nervous system, and that is, rewiring the chemicals that are in my body that really are not helping me. They're not helping me in a good way, because these can cause physical problems. A lot of the problems I seen was in my digestive system, because naturally I would like hold in my stomach. I was ready for any like to happen, anything that would keep me on my toes and things like that, which caused, a lot of digestion issues, because I was not digesting properly. I was not allowing my body to rest. And a lot of these things do cause physical problems in you. They cause a lot of anxiety because you're always just so, you know, fearful. You always so ready to like pick it out, and oh my gosh, where is the next dope gonna come from? And even though you really want calmness, and you say that you really want calmness, you have to learn that your body right now does not know what calmness is. And a lot of practices that I have been using is allowing my body to tell me what it is that it wants in that moment. So if I am, you know, waking up, right? And naturally when you wake up, a lot of times you may feel that like, okay, that anxiety creeping in. You're starting to think about the things you like, okay, I got to go to work, and all of these other things that are causing that emotional addiction to pour into you early that morning. I like to go ahead and just end my night calmly, but start my morning calmly. And some people, they may can't do this, but there's where there is a will, there is a way. So even if that means, if you have people in your household getting up a little earlier than everybody else gets up, or, just finding a routine where it gets you maybe out the house for a few seconds to like just really breathe and relax. When you have anxiety and your brain gets to racing all the time, meditation will be good for you, but you have to slowly ease your body into meditation, because if you try to force your body into meditation, it may not work. So I always say start with deep breathing before you start with meditations, because meditation will not help to relax and calm you. It probably will cause a little more discomfort, because you're trying to, be still, and your body's like, I don't know what this is. It's not calming to me. So start with like deep breathing exercise, or just literally moving slowly. Do stretches in the morning time to do these things, or sip on, if you drink your coffee in the morning, or tea, your warm water, or whatever that is for you. Sit and actually enjoy and be more mindful in the moment, and tap into your physical senses, right? Tap into what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can feel, what you can see, things like that, because that helps you be more mindful in the moment. And once you do this, you will start allowing your body to know that there's another avenue of how to be peaceful, and how to be calm, and how to be safe and relaxed, because you want to reprogram your system on how and what it means to be relaxed and what it means to be safe, honestly, because your body is so used to being safe in this way, because it had to, and it had to adapt to that in order to keep you honestly sane. So you have to reprogram, and you have to relearn how to do these things by providing yourself with small, simple things that help you kind of get in the zone and get yourself, uplifted and things like that. So these are the practices that help me. And even when I get out of my cycle, because right now I'm like getting back into meditation, because I spent so long not doing meditations, that now my body is ready to like wake up in the morning and do like a 5-minute meditation. And that was because I've been doing my morning routine of like getting up, some deep breathing, some journaling. I've been reading more. So I've been having more quiet times to show my body that, hey, we can be calm, we can be relaxed. And even being at work now is like being more calm, being more relaxed, and like allowing the day to be what the day is, and not being so like chaotic and stressful. And even if the day seems to get chaotic and stressful, I can always come back home to me and say, we got this, we're relaxed, we're peaceful. And it also starts conforming, your world starts conforming to you and the energy that you're emitting. So when I see that, and I see that I'm calm and I'm relaxed, I see that my day starts, getting a little more calmer, and just, everything's kind of like slows down and works with me and the energy that I'm emitting. So these are just a few practices that you can implement, because honestly, it may be difficult for you to be like, you know what? No, I don't crave chaos. But a lot of people seem like, especially in this generation, we like to make it seem like it's fun to be chaotic and just, stressful. And, we have these toxic relationships and these toxic friendships and all of these things, this toxic lifestyle that we're trying to make it sound like it's fun, because our body is naturally like so used to it that it like craves it and it wants it, and it provides it with, it says that it's safety, but it's really not fun, and it's actually very detrimental to your physical body, your mental body. It is actually like damaging to you emotionally and spiritually as well. It doesn't allow you to grow in ways that you need to actually help your body, and it's actually causing your body a lot more damage than it is good. And so the more that you learn these things, and before they manifest as physical symptoms of autoimmune disorders, anxiety, depression, any of these things that they will manifest into, before it gets to that state, you have to understand that your body is working at cellular levels that you may not see. So even if you do not think that it may be a problem right now, it is the underlying issue. In these issues, a lot of times you go to the doctor and they not understanding, is because that this is an issue that exists mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, that is manifesting now into physical symptoms. So before it gets to that point where it is something that is very toxic and it is a dis-ease to your body, we want to get to it before we can, before it gets to that point where it's like, ooh, okay, it's very, toxic to me, and I'm really down bad, I'm really sick, I'm really ill, or whatever it is. And so that is getting to the root of the problem. And a lot of the root of the problems is we do not want, that type of lifestyle. We wasn't naturally born to live a life that is so chaotic. So even watching the news, and when you watch shows that appeal to that, and that's why I don't watch like reality TV, because I'm like, I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like watching the news. I don't like being so like, oh, like just chaotic and just a lot of things just going on and just having all these things. I like to be calm and relaxed, and that is my energy naturally, that I just love being calm and relaxed and not too uptight and just have all these things that do that. But it took a lot of work for me to get there. It took me even just recognizing that this is something that I naturally don't want, even though my body is literally telling me that I do want it. I don't want it. So, your body will tell you to keep yourself in these cycles and to keep doing what you're doing. But honestly, go deeper than that first initial feelings, because sometimes our feelings are not true to us. It's just what we're so used to that your body just is in autopilot mode. And so, yeah, getting to the root of that has really helped me. So that can help you in a lot of your relationships that you are having, a lot of the connections, whether that is with a job relationship, is that with a friendship, or if that is with a romantic partner, or whatever it is trickling down. And the most important part is that it can really cause you to actually be sick. So we want to get to the root of that, and we want to actually heal that, instead of just, craving and saying that, nah, toxicity is fun. Toxicity is fun until it isn't fun. So, yeah. So I hope this video helped you all, because it is helping me, and this book is really helping me. So I really recommend that, honestly, y'all get this book, because this book is life changing. If you don't get no other book, get this book, because I'm all into self-healing and understanding what my body got going on. Because shouldn't nobody understand my body better than I understand my body? Should nobody understand me better than I understand me? So yeah, that's that. And so I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.